CAD functions. Anyone with CAD permissions will be able to access the CAD module from the main menu. CAD will always open to the information screen. From this screen, the dispatcher can click whichever tab they like. Calls, dispatch, or radio log to begin their work for the day. For this video, we will start on the Information tab. Notice that the information screen will only populate information that falls between the effective date of the entry and the expiration date. On the Calls tab, you will view the current and previous calls depending on the default range set by the administrator. For this video, the default range is 3 days. Note, the dispatcher will always look at data from day 1 and then day 2, etc. from current time. If the administrator has set the default to 1 day and no data has been entered for the current day, the screen will look like this once the dispatcher opens the call screen. Right-click and click Filter to search for a call or calls. Enter search criteria and then click the Filter button to search and to exit. Be careful if you use the filter search and click Filter without entering any criteria, because all calls in the database will appear in the grid and possibly slow down the system. To enter new calls, fill out the available fields, and notice the comment section has automatic spell check while you type, but if needed, the dispatcher can click the green check button when done typing as well. Click the Save button when complete, and the call will be added to the grid. Right here. From the call screen, the dispatcher can generate a dispatch or view a dispatch. Right-click on the highlighted call and select Generate View Dispatch, which will bring you to the Dispatch tab, where the loaded dispatch will appear in red next to the dispatch number, along with the city and address tailoring to your city. Dispatchers can enter the disposition, address, and comments only, and are also the only ones who can make changes to them. Everyone else is read-only. The dispatcher can also enter, receive radio log messages, and assign units. All units on duty but not assigned will appear in green. Assigned units but have no arrival time will appear in gold. Assigned units with arrival times will appear in blue. And on the Off-Duty Units tab, units will be displayed for all calls not yet cleared. Units that have a arrival time but the dispatcher has had no response from within the allotted time will turn red to inform the dispatcher to check on that unit. To radio a unit, right-click on the unit and click on Radio Log Entry, followed by clicking Initiating. Enter the code you would like, followed by a message. Click Save. And once you have done so, the overdue response disabled, you can right-click on the assigned unit that is turned red and click the overdue response option to restart. And the unit will turn back to green. If multiple units are assigned to a dispatch, one must be assigned the primary unit. If only one unit is assigned, that unit must be assigned as the primary. The default for all units dispatched is false until a primary unit has been set. Once the units dispatched have been assigned a clearance date and time, they will turn green again, which is on duty and available for the next dispatch. A dispatcher can create a complaint from a dispatch by right-clicking the one the dispatcher wants to create a complaint for. The dispatch number will show in red. And once the dispatcher clicks the Create View Complaint, the complaint screen will open. If a new complaint, the dispatcher can now enter information about the complaint, and notice the officer's dispatch will appear. The date and time the call was received, the date and time dispatch was sent, and date and time the officers arrived on scene should all appear. The dispatcher will only have access to the complaint screen unless other permissions have been granted by the administrator. Officers assigned to the dispatch will complete the incident. Complete the complaint and save. Once you have attached a dispatch to a complaint, if you open a complaint from the complaint summary, the user can view the dispatch information by the Open Dispatch button now seen. And if you open the complaint from CAD, you can return to the dispatch screen. Now click the Radio Log tab and click the Search button. All communications in the system will appear. Notice that not every message will come from the dispatcher. The conversation direction will change depending on who initiates it. New entries can be created from the radio log screen as well. However, these entries will not be seen on the dispatch like entries created from the dispatch screen.